Well, good afternoon, YouTube. I'm in Forest Park, Fairfield, Ohio at the Omniplex. And the reason I'm making this video, this used to be the former Kmart here in Forest Park, Fairfield, Ohio. I'm showing you guys how they repurposed it. Last year when I came through, the building was completely empty, so they have repurposed this, which it looked like if they wouldn't have, that nobody would have probably have bought the place, because it was a dead area walking. I'm not able to gain access to the other side because the manager doesn't have the alarm code. But here you can see where this used to be the old Kmart right here. This is obviously where the patio and garden and that used to be at for the, garden. So if you could tell, this kind of fence was always common, for Kmart. But yeah, it's called the Omni Funplex. Eat, play, and win. So they've apparently got about half of this, building now. And I guess if they really wanted the other half, they could probably, get it if they really wanted to. But it's nice to see something like this that's being done. You can see the tables and, vice versa. Several arcade games. Who knows, they might even put that arcade at the Forest Fair Mall out of business. Hologate. All virtual reality. I guess a little picnic area for parties and vice versa. They seem to have done a really nice job, and despite the property being vacant for a really long time, they appear to have done a really good job here. Yeah, these are the trampolines. I asked about access to the other side, but there's not. He would have showed it to me if he would have had access to it, but he said the trampolines cover up the wall that would have led to the other side of the building, and vice versa. Hey, how you doing here? Just making a little YouTube video for my video. Yeah, the manager gave me okay. Do you just come from the other side?
Yeah, that's up under. I'm doing it for safety checks and stuff.
Yeah, they said the door, there's no longer a door to the other side. Is that true?
Right.
I kind of wish there still was, because I'm into filming like various things. I would have loved to have had that video of the old Kmart next door, but I'm glad at least you guys at least have repurposed it, because it did look like this place was going to get repurposed for a long time. He said he would have showed it to me, but he said he don't know the alarm code and he don't want to bother the owner.
Right.
But I would love to see the other side of it if there was a way through there.
No, this is just up under the trampolines and stuff.
They must have sealed off the door behind.
Oh, yeah, there's not even a door on this. That's straight wall all the way down.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Maybe you guys could even get Arcade Legacy, the Forest Fair Mall, to say abandon and move out of there. That's like about the only thing left over there. Besides Bass Pro Shops and Kohl's. Thing is, I don't even know why anything is still in that mall. Being at a dead mall, other than, you know, getting cheap rent. I mean, a little bar area. So it's nice to see a former Kmart get repurposed into something that's really non-retail related. I guess laser tag area. They seem to have done a really good job with remodeling this building, despite how long that it was empty for. Sort of reminds me of Scene 75 to a certain degree back at Dayton and Ivan. The manager was telling me off camera there is a Scene 75 up in Milford, Ohio, which is on the other side of Cincinnati, at least a good 20 miles. Cincinnati suburbs. Nice job with a neon carpet, and vice versa. Floor seems like it's made out of plywood, but that's all right. Yeah, they seem to have done a fairly decent job with this place. Repurposing this whole thing. So yeah, that's a good thing to see. Good old Kmart get put to good use. And he told me they originally wanted $11 million for it, but because it had sat vacant for so long, they got it for about $4 million, which makes sense after the property had sat vacant for so long, and vice versa. That makes sense. The longer property sits vacant, the more, run down, and the less the property is ultimately worth. This is my first video of my Cincinnati trip. Cruising Blast, Nintendo. And I spoke with a manager, and he gave me permission to film because I told him I wanted to show how an old Kmart was being repurposed. Nice job, Weir. Little basketball hoop game, 2 of them, Golden State and Cleveland. Let's bounce. Down the clown bonus. Space Invaders. It's definitely an old style throwback Nintendo or Atari game. You hear that? You hear the alarm. I heard that on the other side of the old Kmart too. So yeah, I mean, it's nice to see something that's actually getting, you know, repurposed. They said it's in Forest Park, but I consider it pretty much Forest Park Fairfield. It's kind of weird how the boundary for the land is you know, drawn, and vice versa. It just seems kind of weird to me that how they've, you know, drawn the land and, you know, whatnot, you know. But here you could see the other side of, yeah, you could tell this was a former Kmart. It looks like they've got maybe about half or maybe a third of the building that they're using, and vice versa. So yeah, I mean, you know, even though I've had many critical things to say about Kmart that I feel are justly so, but it's, you know, so good to see something, you know, get repurposed here instead of just sitting empty. Even though I think, well, even though I just don't think, I know that we're overbuilt in this country in regards to commercial real estate. And you could kind of see that even around this area too. Yeah, there's vacant land behind the Home Depot, and, you know, behind here too. So there's obviously room to still continue to expand this area, and vice versa. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up from the Omni Funplex, formerly the Kmart in Forest Park, Fairfield, Ohio, adjacent to the Forest Fair Mall. You can see the Forest Fair Mall across the street. You may or may not be able to. That's Bass Pro Shops. But that's it for this one.